I don't want you to force you to talk about the bad incident of Tomizawa last year. I don't want to ask you nothing about if something could be done. I just want to. Do you think that things are gone in the proper way? Your opinion, concerning everything, the media decision. Just to know if it's just what was had to be done.
Yeah, it's a hard one to comment, especially now, right now, because of him passing. But the way I look at it is with anything, with when someone passes away like this, when a country goes to war, when anything happens, it's always easy to look back and say we should have done this different. You should have done this different. You learn from your mistakes. You try to make it better for the future, and that's what I think needs to happen right now. Is we need to understand what happened. We need to understand how to make it better for the future for the riders. It's unfortunate. Again, I can't say anything to make Tomizawa anything change. It's unfortunate, but I think people don't need to look back and try to point fingers at what was wrong. They just need to try to make it better in the future.
Gli ho chiesto, non voglio costringerti a parlare di Tomizawa, però volevo solo chiederti, è andato tutto, secondo te, a parte l'incidente, è stato tutto gestito nel modo più opportuno? La risposta, ovviamente non si può tornare indietro e non c'è niente che possa far tornare indietro Tomizawa né non far succedere niente. Bisogna imparare dai propri errori e gestire propriamente quello che succede, ed è quello che pensa che sia successo. What does, you are a rider, you risk every day. What does come into your mind or in your head when something like this happens to your teammate? Is that something that changes anything, or?
You have different emotions, but it's an unfortunate thing, and it makes you think about what you're doing. But it also, I don't know. I think different riders look at it different ways, especially if there's a friendship involved. If there wasn't, there's right now. It's too early really to comment on anything. I mean, it's a terrible thing. It struck everybody in the paddock. It took away anything from Sunday. Everybody's feeling on Sunday was horrible, but there's everybody. It affects everybody differently, and all we can do is mourn for him and his family and hope things get better and take it day by day.
Gli ho chiesto cosa succede nella testa di un pilota quando succede una cosa brutta così, e la risposta: succede che ogni pilota reagisce diversamente. È una cosa terribile, tutti da domenica siamo male, siamo cambiati, però cerchiamo di farci forza, andare avanti. È una cosa personale che non si può descrivere. Another question is kind of a small problem increasing lately. Supporters in MotoGP are growing up, and with this some bad attitudes. Someone was insulting and contesting Lorenzo on the podium. Some other people are screaming and insulting when riders passes on the laps. Some marshals have been hit by objects during the GP. I don't know if you know this one. And a bad episode also about some marshal being called martyrs in first aid in Tomizawa. What do you think about this? In Superbike, nothing this kind happened. What about your country? What about this? Why MotoGP is so different in some attitudes, bad attitudes?
I don't know. It's that's one of those questions I don't know the answer. It's and I don't feel like I'm a person to really listen to. To explain it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the world, and I think it's got politics in it, but yeah, that's a difficult one to answer.
Do you think that riders could make their part in the education of supporters?
I think it's always possible, yes, but I mean, I think also the media could too. The media could help. So it's again, that's a tough one to answer.
Gli ho chiesto, sono successi dei problemi comportamentali, dei tifosi hanno fischiato Lorenzo, contestato, quando passano i piloti ci sono dei fischi, hanno tirato oggetti ai marshal, hanno chiamato De Angelis e Redding assassini per l'incidente, insomma Qual è la spiegazione? Non c'è una spiegazione. Fanno il possibile, loro non sono le persone giuste, forse i piloti potrebbero fare qualcosa per educare, ma la maggior parte del lavoro deve essere fatta dai media. So, last question, there we go. This is a difficult one. How do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, if you think about this? This is a difficult question, but some also difficult questions should be done.
For the rest of the season, we just try to continue what we've been doing. For next year, the goal for me is top 5 in the championship, to win a race, to battle, and after that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm racing in 5 years. I don't know if I'm racing in 10 years. It's for me, I look at next weekend, and that's all I think about. But for next year, that's the goal, is just to be better than this year, and then we see how that goes.
You are so superstitious. Last year you didn't want to say championship before you won it. So at the same time you don't want to say first win in MotoGP. You don't want to say.
Why? I just let things happen.
Gli ho chiesto come ti vedi fra 1 anno, 5 anni, 10 anni, ha detto io penso al weekend, ha detto voglio vincere una gara, voglio diventare sempre meglio dell'anno prossimo, di come sono adesso, l'anno prossimo lavoreremo per questo e più avanti penseremo al campionato. È superstizioso, non vuole neanche dire prima vittoria, così come l'anno scorso non voleva dire championship prima di vincerlo. So we thank you very much, ti ringraziamo tanto, we really appreciate your availability. We would like to say something to your supporters and, if you don't mind, to Misterhelmet readers and viewers.
Yeah, I just say thank you. Thanks to everybody that supported me, and I'm giving it everything I got every weekend, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, il Texas Terror Fan Club è allo show HJC di Union Bike. Vi invitiamo a iscrivervi sul sito texasterrorfanclub.com, la community europea di supporter di Spies. Ci trovate anche su Facebook, cercate Spies Texas Terror Fan Club. Vi aspettiamo!